But are you saying that Senator Schumer should not be worried about a primary challenge from you?
All right.
No.
Let me jump in on this one. This is what
we're talking about.
That's exactly what we're talking
about. This is what we're talking about.
You're doing the hostage taking this time.
She didn't even know what to say. Look at her. Not only did Bernie melt down, but so did our girl AOC, because for some reason, Caitlin Collins decided to check not one, but two liberal socialist Democrats. It's Sean Daniel here. Hit the like button for Caitlin Collins. What am I saying?
Yes, thank you for your time, Senator. How do you think this shutdown reflects on Chuck Schumer's leadership?
Well, I think it reflects more on Mike Johnson's leadership and President Trump's leadership. This is a leadership which said it's okay to give well, how do you feel? You tell me. Think it's a good idea to give $1 trillion in tax breaks to the richest people in the country and then make massive cuts to health care for working class people?
I think Chuck Schumer has voted for continuing resolutions 13 times in the last 4 years, and he has the opportunity to vote for one again, but he's refusing to come to the table.
Well, I think, look, as I have said, there are 53 Republicans in the Senate, correct?
Yes.
They need 60. What does that mean? It means you have to talk to the other side. Mike Johnson is not talking. John Thune is not talking. President Trump is not talking. That is the problem.
Maybe, Bernie, that's why you don't flip the script and ask questions at a town hall. Because when you do, we know we're going to see your true colors, like this massive meltdown you and AOC had.
But are you saying that Senator Schumer should not be worried about a primary challenge from you?
All right.
No.
Let me jump in on this one. This is what
we're talking about.
That's exactly what we're talking about.
This is what we're talking about.
You have a country that is falling apart. We had a housing crisis, a healthcare crisis, an education crisis, massive income and wealth inequality, a corrupt campaign finance system, and the media says, "Oh, you're going to run. What are you going to run for?" Nobody cares. She'll run more towards
Nobody cares. It's the House Speaker and President Trump and the Vice President saying it.
All right.
Pardon?
Well, of course, they're saying it to deflect attention away from the real issue.
Exactly.
And here, let me tell you what the real issue is. Let's see if CNN talks about it. We're living in the richest country in the history of the world, right? All right, you tell me why we're the only nation not to guarantee health care to all people, the only nation not to guarantee paid family and medical leave, why we have a $7.25 an hour minimum wage, why we have 800,000 people sleeping out on the street, why we have a president who denies the reality of climate change, why we have oligarchs on top who have more and more power every day. Let's talk about that issue, not her own political future. She'll decide that.
Do not trust a word that comes out of Bernie Sanders' mouth about health care or about Medicare. And if you're 65 or older and you're trying to decide on your Medicare options for 2026 in this prime time with this open enrollment period where you have to decide on your coverage for next year, I suggest you give a call to my partner chapter, because they will help you review for free all the possible plans nationwide for you, and they'll even tell you if you're already on the best plan for you. But if they're not, they'll suggest you on some options, and on average they save people $1,100 per year. And you can see what your options are by just giving them a free call at 786-619-1152, or you can check out the link in the description. Now let's get back to Bernie's lies. And AOC's. AOC all of a sudden became Italian. Look at those hands. And that visceral of a reaction probably only comes because it exposes what her real plans are. She wants to get that Senate seat. That's one thing that has been reported. Her and her team are analyzing whether or not to run for Senate, run for president in 2028, and a big reason for this meltdown is because they're calling out her political game that they know she wants to pursue. And Bernie is just so dumb. As someone who's lived in Europe on and off, I will tell you, the system in Europe is not candy, rainbow, and sunshines with the medical care system. A lot of people in Europe still pay a bunch of taxes every year in their income and also pay monthly to have health care. Sometimes it's less than 100 euros. And they don't even use the public health care that's made available to them because the wait times are so long and the health care is so bad. So those Europeans who have the utopia, They actually go to private health care, a lot of them, after paying higher taxes, after paying every month for their Medicare. They then go pay a private doctor because they can't get in to the publicly funded doctors and medical care, which they don't even like. But Bernie would never tell you that.
Senator Bobby Harms is joining us. She's a bartender from Horn Lake, Mississippi. She is a Democrat. She submitted her question via video.
A Democrat from Mississippi.
Indeed.
All right. There we go.
My American dream has turned into a nightmare. My family was only days away from closing on a USDA loan for our dream home. Then came news of the shutdown, and now we face uncertainty. Our lease is up, and now we have to move. The shutdown is costing us our chance to live our dream. What are you doing to end this stalemate and help restore faith in our elected officials, the people I helped to choose to guard my American dream?
We're going to do everything that we can to bring an end to this terrible shutdown, which is hurting you and which is hurting 1 million federal employees and millions of people who use federal services. But also, we have got to be cognizant that if Trump wins this fight, our healthcare system could well collapse and tens of thousands of people could die every single year.
Do you think Trump could win this fight?
No, we're going to win it. But it's not, I don't want to look at it like a political fight. We're going to win it because the American people are on our side. If you are, or you're a Republican congresswoman, you're going to go back to your district and people are going to say to you, why are you doubling my insurance premiums? Why did you throw me off of health care? That's a fight that Republicans are not going to win.
Well, and to Bobby's question, Representative, earlier you said that House Speaker Mike Johnson said he wants this shutdown to be one of the longest in history. I believe he said it could be one of the longest in history. He was saying that more of a warning about how long it could go on. I don't think it was a threat. But I do think people want to know how long they should brace for this to potentially go on for. Do you think by Thanksgiving the government could still be shut down?
I mean, I would certainly hope not. I would certainly hope not. My hope is that we're able to resolve this as quickly as possible. I'm ready to negotiate. Bernie's ready to negotiate. I mean, we are all open and ready to.
Is anyone actually negotiating right now?
No,
Because
but let's,
we hear from Republicans
let me
and
reiterate
Democrats
one
on that.
point. Republicans aren't in town. How do you
House
negotiate with people who refuse even to show up to do their job? They're on vacation for what, a month now?
Yes. House Republicans have been on vacation for over.
But the Republican senators are here, and House Speaker Mike Johnson, we've had him on. He said, we've done our job. We passed the clean CR in the House. It's now up to the Senate to make these negotiations.
They need to pick up a phone, Caitlin. They need to pick up a phone. They're saying that they're doing all this work. They are twiddling their thumbs and talking to each other. It is actually an unconscionable abdication and refusal to work.
Typical woman response from AOC. Look at her. She gets called out by Caitlin Collins with the fact that the bill has already been passed in the House. It's not about the House. It's not about any House Republicans. It's about the Senate. Bernie Sanders, not Bernie Johnson. Bernie Sanders is in the Senate. And what does she do? She goes into theatrics mode to try to sell her point when it's just been shut down, like the government.
They're saying that they're doing all this work. They are twiddling their thumbs and talking to each other. It is actually an unconscionable abdication and refusal to work. They refuse. I've never seen people who hate working so much in my life. I mean, genuinely, they won't even pick up the phone. They won't. If I were Mike Johnson, you should be in that office negotiating with Hakeem Jeffries every damn day until we reopen this government. And any day that you don't do that is a failure. It is a failure. And until there is accountability for people who refuse to work, then we're going to continue to be in this cycle. So, you know, in the Senate, the Senate Majority Leader is John Thune. He should be negotiating with Chuck Schumer. President Trump should be having congressional leaders in the White House. Do you see that every day? No, you don't, because they're playing golf and they're going to Mar-a-Lago, and the House and Republicans in the House have been on vacation for weeks now. We are here in Washington, D.C. We are ready to work. We are ready to strike a deal. We're not here to just be my way and the highway about everything. But what we're also not going to accept is the complete collapse of the American healthcare system so that just because the Republican Party has decided to take 1 million federal workers hostage.
Why doesn't Chuck Schumer want to make a deal? Why does he want to be so firm on the exact agreement he wants with no room to budge? Because he actually wants a shutdown. He wants there to be a big protest this upcoming Saturday in D.C. so everyone can talk about how bad Trump is, how much he has the government shut down, and so that he can have a political loss or a political blame game towards Trump, especially with this big protest that's coming up in D.C. That's why he's given no room to budge with these negotiations, Chuck Schumer. And that's what AOC will not tell you in her rant, her emotions, her Italian hands that she's doing.
Can I ask you on that? Because you before have said a government shutdown is like hostage taking when it comes to paychecks, because you came into office actually during a government shutdown, the longest in U.S. history. So what would you say to Republicans who say you're doing the hostage taking this time?
She didn't even know what to say. Look at her.
Once again, pick up the phone. They need to pick up the phone. And it's not hostage taking if they refuse to clock in, right? We're all clocked in. We're all clocked in to do the job. They're not even here. They're not even here. And so it's not hostage taking as much as the fact is they refuse to show up and do the job.
Once again, the law is in the Senate. They need 60 votes. They don't have 60 votes. They've got 53 or maybe 52. That means you have to sit down and talk to the other side. It is not complicated.
You have to talk to the other side. It's a whole game. It's probably not going to get passed until Saturday so they can have this big protest. Be aware of that. It's Sean Daniel here. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to see a MAGA superstar destroy a CNN host, check out this video right here where Stephen Miller goes nuclear on this CNN guy on the right. I'll see you there.
You're doing the hostage taking this time.
Once again, pick up the...
She didn't even know what to say. Look at her.